Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me in the Wakefield studio today. Lots to show you, lots to talk about. I hope you're all well. My name is Toni and we love to create and make lovely crafty things to give to our loved ones, our family, our friends, whatever it may be. We just love to create. So welcome to the studio everyone. So we've got lots on today. Rosie, Tracy, Amanda, Jan, Michaela, Kathy. My eyes are going funny. Amanda, Enid, Kirsty, Anne, Karen, Roseanne. There's lots of you on. Stephanie. Lovely to see you all. There's so much going on, isn't there? It's like sometimes all the days are blending into one, and then somebody tells me today that my son's on holiday in a week's time. I'm like, what? He's only been back like it feels like a few weeks. So, but it will be nice to have a break from homeschooling. I've learned so much, let's put it that way. So if you are brand new to the channel, you might have seen our newsletter this morning. You need to click that subscribe button. This gives you all of the information, notification, launches, live launches, sales, inspiration, all of the time. It lets you know when we are live. There's also a little bell, so if you do need that little extra nudge, maybe you might forget, there is a little bell, click that as well, and it'll give you that nudge 30 minutes before to say, hey, Stamps by Me is going live. So we do encourage you to become a subscriber of our channel. It helps our channel grow, and we do encourage you to comment underneath the videos if you can. This gives us a wider reach to the lovely craft community. So in today's studio, I'm going to touch on some of the lovely Imala. Oh, you can see in the picture there, I haven't even looked up yet. I'm going to touch on some of the lovely Imala products that Carla's just done a live on at 1 o'clock. So if you missed the live at 1 o'clock, go to the Imala page. Carla is there. She's done a fabulous sneaky peek for tomorrow's show, and it's so cool because tomorrow what we're going to do is me and Callie are going to do the show together. So that'll be cool, won't it? And you'll be able to see the different takes on Imala and how it all comes together and things like that. So I'm just going to quickly show you through the products that are launching tomorrow. 4:30 double show. I'm super excited about this one because it is truly me. It's got a lot of watercolory things in there too. So if you do like any of the products, you can go to FBL over on our website, check them out there. But we do encourage you to wait till the live show tomorrow because Create and Craft always give better discounts than we can give. So there we go. Let's have a look. Oh, inspiration and money, yeah. Also, I did want to tell you as well, on Sunday I have a clearance event here in studio, 5 live hours of clearance. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Lots of reasons to tune in. I will be demoing as well, not just trying to sell stuff. And lots of products that are at amazing affordable prices that maybe you couldn't afford before, or you're just wanting something new to play with at great prices. And we also have some incredible savings as well. So 9 o'clock Sunday morning too. Bright and breezy, be there, get your cups of teas, get your toast. I've got lots to show you. 2-hour launch, break for an hour, 2 hours, break, and then an hour, Sunday. Stay with me all day. Ooh, look, ooh, oh, it's all exciting. It is all exciting. But, you know, we all love brand new goodies. So tomorrow, Imala, Create and Craft 4:30. So I'm going to give you a quick run of what is in the show. So we have an A4 paper pad and we have a 12x12. I've only got the A4. But I'm just going to show you the papers first, and then we've got some lovely coordinating stamps and dies. So let's just show you this one first. I'm just going to do a quick flick through this. So it's really different in the sense that it's a landscape one, which is really pretty. And then we have the lovely designs in here. So very watercolour, paint, splats, drips, texture, lovely water sort of feature on the corner here. Then we have the beautiful, this looks like we've stamped it on, doesn't it? So if you're looking for a shortcut to a card, cut that out and pop it on a card and you're good to go. The traditional script in there, and then the brickwork. Carly was adamant it had script and brickwork, so we've had it incorporated in there. And then I obviously said, well, I've got to have splats, so here's the splats. So it's a beautiful collection. You've got different tones of peaches and creams and watercolours on there, and you've got that lovely rugged texture of black. So if you're not the best at maybe adding the detail yourself through sort of like the collage technique I did on Create and Craft the other day, then this sort of pad is a great shortcut to creating those looks without actually getting messy. I am going to do a collage today actually, because a lot of you missed out, which is fine because you didn't catch the show. Look at this one, love this one. because I had 2 messages and the design team told me they thoroughly enjoyed it too. So I'm going to show you how I quickly did it with these papers today. So that's the lovely A4 paper pad. So you get 8 designs, 24 pages, and that's 200 GSM, and it's the same quality as my paper pads. They're made in the same factory, so they will take all of the inks and your blending and your watercolouring like you do with the Stamps by Me paper. So that's a really, really lovely one. So I'll set that aside very quickly. Then we have 3 stencils. Carly has done a more in-depth vision of these, so go check out her page. Give that little like for taking the time to do it as well. So we have the rose corner, love this one, and the open fretwork of the large flower, and then like a doily design. Again, Carly, I want a doily, so there's your doily, Carly. And she's put lots of little flowers in there, and it's got that lovely outline as well. So I'm looking forward to the techniques you'll be able to do with these ones. I am a massive fan of stencils. They are inexpensive and you can create some really, really pretty cards. We've shown so many videos here in studio using stencils, so check those out. Didn't touch it, promise. So there's the stencils, and then let's show you the lovely stamps. I'll have to sort this out because it will just send me stir crazy if I don't sort it out before I move on. So let's just put this one on. Shall we just show you this card? There we go. How pretty. So black with the watermill onto that back card there. Very, very pretty. Karen's done that one. Well done, Karen. Don't move. Right, so let's show you the lovely stamps. I know I'm flying through these. It is Carly's baby, to be fair. It's just that we're doing the show together. She has done that, obviously, that demo. But we're super excited because we get to do it together, which has never happened before. And because we're in different locations, we're going to zoom into each other and you're going to get a taste and a flavour of different takes on demos, which is really, really cool. So 4:30 tomorrow if you're about. I think the weather's going to be quite rubbish as well. So I have the lovely, I'll stand them up, it's just easier. So we have this one here, which is the lovely roses. So you get rose, you get a single rose in a jar off to the side. And then the open one at the top, and then the bottom one. There are no dies with these though. Imala don't do that yet. I don't think the future is dies for Imala. The stamps are incredible and lend themselves beautifully to all of the sort of collage effects and things like that. So I'll just turn it over and show you the size. There we have the glass. I'm going to use this in one of my demos. I like this one a lot. So, oh, Mark says he's going to have to remortgage. Sorry, Mark. Don't overstretch yourselves, guys. We don't encourage overspending. We love you to buy the products, but buy sensibly, okay? Buy sensibly. Okay, so we've got the Be Different one, which is really, really cool because you get sort of an open fretwork flower design, and then you get the lovely solid. I love a good solid stamp. So you've seen all of the techniques that you can do. So let's just turn this one over. And then let's just get the right one for you. Yep, that's right. So we've got Be Strong and, sorry, Stay Strong and Be Different. There we go. Really, really big designs as normal with Imala. I think this collection is going to go down a storm, and judging by who's bought them already, they're going to go really, really well. So let's just show you this one. Absolutely love this one. So you get the lamppost, and then you get the butterfly sort of, daisy, not butterfly, sort of corner-esque there. So that's going to be brilliant for your watercolour technique. Then we have the script, traditional script. Everybody loves a traditional script. Probably not as big as this one though. Really, really big. It's not readable. It is readable-ish, if somebody's got the time. And then we have the fabulous watermill on there as well. So you're probably thinking, wow, and then when we turn it over, look at that one, super, super cool. But they work really well with the papers. You can mix and match them, or you can use the papers on their own. Carly's got 3 demos prepped. No, 4 actually, she's told me. I've got 3. And I'm going to do a bit of a mini book. Something different. I don't think we've done this one before. I like to do little books and wallets and little keepsakes and things like that. So I'm going to be playing with the papers a little bit more tomorrow. So stay tuned though, because at the end of the show I'm going to announce the winner of our lovely creative box. So the last time I was on, I said I would give away my creative box from the live shows over on Create and Craft. We have a winner, and I will announce that one at the end. So does everybody like that new Imala collection with the peaches and pink? We love the lamppost, we love the script, and we love the watermill. Oh crikey. Oh crikey. Have you got your cup of tea? So let's have a play, shall we? So the first technique I'm going to do is a technique that I have done before, but I think this stamp, the watermill and the papers are going to show this technique off to all its glory. So if you're brand new to the channel and you might not have seen this technique, if you have seen this technique before and you do buy the products, then at least you know you can do it. However, if you don't buy our products, it's not a great shake, it's not a selling channel, just dig something out in your stash that's maybe going to work, okay? You will have something, I'm certain of it. So I have this sort of piece of watercolour card here, paper from the paper collection, and I've picked the one with the splats and the colour and the sort of texture on there. And then I'm going to use the fabulous watermill. Now the reason why I'm using the watermill is because it's quite solid. This technique would also work with that solid lily, which is in the stamp as well. So don't be scared to try it with the lily or any solid flowers. It'll work with our lamination stamps too. So what I'm going to do, because it's got all of this detail in here and the black, I am going to go straight on. And I'm going to pop it. Oh, decisions. Let's just see. That way or this way. I'm going to go here, just off to the side a bit. And the reason why I've done that is because I want the stamp to capture that colour underneath. I'm going to move it in slightly. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go with that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to clear emboss this one. So anti-static bag, a clear embossing powder and a sticky ink pad. Now let me just grab a sticky ink pad. So I'm just going to anti-static the whole area, and this is just going to get rid of any sort of moisture in the cardstock. I'm going to use a sticky ink pad and I'm just going to ink up the stamp. I was just checking there to see if my gun was plugged in. Did you see me take a sneaky look there? You know, I always feel like I'm prepped. Right, I'm ready to go, ready to fight the world, but then I take a little look just because I lose confidence in myself. So I'm just inking that one up with that lovely sort of sticky ink pad, and we'll just stamp this one down. I'm going to do it twice because I can't see it either. So I'll just give it a good old push down there. Hey Leslie, it's Leslie's just put, I've just spent my money on a new door. If I'd have known. Leslie, doors are more important. They are. Bath can wait, I'm sure. We need doors, don't we? Keep those nasty drafts out. Sue saying, when will the products be on the web? They are on the web, Sue. If you go to FBL, if you go to our website, there's a little search box and pop in FBL. All of the new products are on there, sweetheart. Or if you go to the search box and put Imala, the newest product always come to the top. I hope that helps. So I'm just inked it up twice just to make sure I get all of that detail, because it is a detailed stamp. Don't really want to miss much if we can avoid it. So let's just grab a piece of cardstock to cap my embossing powder. So I'm using a crystal clear embossing powder here. And it looks like it's caught really well. I'm pleased with that one. There we go. So let's get our gun hot. Just pop this back on our carrier sheet while we get our gun hot. if they sell out tomorrow, will they be back? Mark is asking. We don't really do them twice, unfortunately, but we will have some on our website, hopefully. So I've just got my gun really hot, and I'm just going to heat set this clear. You may not see it on shot, but it will come to. You might be able to catch. I'm not sure though, because it's really difficult. So once it's all heat set and you're happy, you should have like a glossy picture, which you're not going to be able to see yet. I'll see if we can get it on shot at the front. I'll try anyway, just hold this up. You just see the wave there of the flash there. You can see you've got all that lovely detail in there. So I'm going to show you a little trick now. I'm just going to give it a second to sort of lose its stickiness a little bit. Oh, sorry, Tracy. When will these sale items be on the web? Right, so here's the thing. So it's a sale for ourselves. It's nothing to do with like Create and Craft. We're not going to be here through Create and Craft. It's absolutely to do with ourselves. We really do need to make some space in our warehouse. So we have lots and lots of products, but there isn't a lot of what I've put forward. I'm practically giving the things away, to be honest with you, but that I can't put them live until about an hour before I go live on Sunday morning, because they'll sell out before I go live, and then I'll be stood here with nothing to sell. So probably about an hour on before the show. It's going to be launched in blocks, so the 9 till 11 show will have so many items, the 12 till 2 show will be a whole host of items, and the last chance will be a whole host of different items. Okay, so and then what we'll do is, if you order multiple times over the day, I've got lots of treats for you which I don't really want to tell you about, but if you order multiple items or multiple orders over that day, we'll get them all put in one box and all sent at the same time, if that makes any sense at all. So right, so let's do a little technique with this one now. So we've sort of like captured our image there. I'm just going to grab let me just grab a piece of white cardstock. We've captured our image with the clear embossing powder on top of there. So now I just need to grab a black ink pad, and what's going to happen is I'm going to blend the black on top of this image, and it's going to push back everything, and where we've got that sort of glossy finish, it's going to resist it, and then when we burnish it with a tissue, the watermill will come to life, and it will have colour underneath from where the colour is underneath the beautiful image. Does that make sense? So Jenny, I am on 9 o'clock Sunday morning for 2 hours, and then another 2 hours, and then a last hour. So I'm just taking the black ink pad and my blending brush here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to start to add black to this paper. Now you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, don't ruin your paper. I'm only pushing back the bits that we haven't used, if that makes sense. You'll soon see. So it looks horrid to start with, but you do need to bear with it, because it does look really, really cool once you've done it. So the blacker you get the sort of outer parts, the better it looks. Let me just grab some tissue from my hand, because I'm going to end up being an awful ugly mess. Yeah, we've never done a sale like this before, ever, ourselves. And there is lots. And we've got some goodies as well, like if you spend over a certain amount, you'll get a goodie bag. You'll get a free gift if you make an order anyway, just things like that. But I don't want to go into too much detail with it. So it looks like, oh my gosh, what's she done? So I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to push back that image around our sort of watermill. I just want to get it as black as I can. Make sure you use some tissue, keep those hands tidy, else you will be covered. I'm just going and going and going, filling all of those spaces, pushing that coloured cardstock right back. You'll still see some of the design through, but keep pushing it back. And this looks great with a dark brown ink pad too, so not always black. Question, goodie bags on SBM. We're not doing specifically goodie bags, but we have some great things for you to look forward to. I'm just going to keep going with that black ink all the way around, so I'm absolutely happy I've got it as dark as possible. Get into all those crevices. So if you're not the best with your hands, you might want to do it in stages. I know the brushes help, but you know, it does take a little bit of going at to get it as black as you possibly can. So maybe do it in stages if you struggle with dexterity and things like that. So there we go. So then what we need to do now is we just need to take our clean tissue or whatever you've got in your stash, and then you just need to pop it to one side here, just get rid of that. And then what we need to do is we need to burnish it, and what will happen is where that embossing powder sort of captured that coloured ink underneath here, it will bring the colour back through. So you just take a tissue like so, and all you do is you just burnish the area. And you see how our mill's coming to life there? Because it's clear, it acts as a little bit of a resist. So we can see now we've got our lovely mill underneath, and it's captured that lovely, hold it up. It's captured that lovely watercolour. Let me just spray this with a little bit of water just to see if I can get it a bit brighter. And it's just brought that lovely mill to life. But it's captured that lovely watercolour. See that there? So you've got that lovely design underneath. You just need to burnish it and then just go around with it being as black as you can. Now I'm just going to add some white splashes to this, and then we'll get it mounted onto a card. Very, very simple. This is probably not the best brush to use, it's a bit big, but I'm going to go for it. So I'm just putting some white splashes around here so it could make a snowy scene. And then we'll just dry this one off. So as you can see, the splats always dry back really lighter than we actually initially put them on. So do have the courage to really get that splat on there, as they do dry to pretty much nothing. So whilst that's a little bit hot, I'm going to pop my Eureka on top of it and flatten it out. Give it a second to sort itself out because it looks like it's been through a mill, literally. So I'll come back to putting that card together, and let's move on to our little next demo as well. So I'll just set that aside. So on TV when was I on? Was it Friday? Saturday? I did like a collage of sort of torn papers using your scraps and things like that. So I'm going to do a quick one now, very quick. I have done some of the work ahead of time, but I just want to show you how easy it is if you have the courage to use your scraps to create something pretty awesome really. So I'm just going to take, say, this first page out of our iMal. Now I wouldn't use a page to create this because it sort of defeats the object of using your scraps. I'm just doing it for demo here, but when you've made cards and you've got those awkward offcuts, then it's brilliant for this. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to tear some strips from this piece of paper here. So I like this sort of design on the left here. And all I'm going to do is, this is a mixed media canvassy board. These are available on the web, but you can do it on normal cardstock as well. It doesn't have to be on these. These are just substantial. It stops your work from cockling a little bit. I'm just going to pop some glue on here, and I'm just going to stick it down this side. Like so. If you've got any overhang, don't worry about it, we can just snip that away. And then let's take another piece. So, you know, don't be scared to take different size pieces, so your offcuts from your dies and things like that. So let's pop this up in this corner here. I'll just do it over so then I can trim it off with my scissors and it's got a nice straight edge. Because albeit it is collage and it's supposed to be a little bit untidy, I still can't get away from the straight edge. There we go. And then let's take, there we go, with this piece here. Go there. Like so. So it's sort of like created something that looks like, you know, a child's done it. Which is okay because it does look better. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors and we'll trim it off. I'm just going to take my scissors, turn it over to its back side and then trim off the excess. Let's tidy it up a little bit. Very simple. Now this canvas board which I'm using is white on one side and cream on the other, but I do like the cream effect that you get. Just going to pop a little bit of glue under there. Keep it neat. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to sort of tie it together now a little bit with a little bit of colour. Now I'm just going to use my watercolours, but you can use your distress inks, whatever you have in your stash. Let's just move this out of the way now. That's flattened down a little bit, so that'll look pretty on our card. So let's just bring in our palette here. Now these are on the website too, the bigger ones. I just have the small one, but there are the big ones on the web. So it's up to you which way you have your design, maybe this way or this way. People are going to interpret it whichever way you do. I don't think it really matters. I think I like it better this way. So I'm just going to take my brush here and I'm just going to sort of tie it together a little bit. So I'm just going to add a bit of colour on those white edges, and I'm going to go with a bit of pink. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to do as I did on TV, is add a bit of pink to those white areas, but I am going to leave some of that cream as well. Just going to sort of connect the cardstock to the paper because it's floating around at the moment. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pink and I'm going to paint it across the top like so. So this is a little bit different to what we did before. Maybe let's get a bit of orange on there because we've got some coral on there too, haven't we? At the top like so, and then give it a spritz with some water and hold your panel up and let the colour just sort of work its way down your canvas. And if you're thinking, well, that didn't right, do it, just guide it down with your brush a little bit, give it a little bit of a help and let the colour just go down. Can we see that there? So sort of already we've hidden what was quite a nasty, ugly mess into something that's looking quite cool as a bit of a design. Get rid of those drops. There we go. There we go. Can we see that there? So it's And this looks like I've splattered it already, which is super cool, because if you're not confident with your splats, it's already there for you. So let's just set that one aside. I don't like cutting into papers. Oh, these are your offcuts though, you're not cutting in to do this. Let's just tidy it up. So that's like one I'll probably use tomorrow live on air. Maybe for a card blank or something. So ahead of time I've already done one. Looks a little bit different, doesn't it? And I've just done exactly the same. I'll actually show you that so you can see how different they look when you do two. See that there? So with the one on the left, all I did was when it was dry, it was sort of like not glued properly, so I thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool to sort of texturize it a little bit and pull up some corners and things like that. So don't be scared to do that either. So let's just move that one out of the way while that dries. So in the lovely set we get our lovely script. So let's add some script to this background. So this is just basically layering, which is called, formerly known as collage. So you're just building up those layers, or mixed media, whatever you want to call it. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my black ink pad. I'm not going to take it off my carrier sheet. I'm just going to pop it straight onto the ink pad, onto the stamp, sorry. I'm just going to pop some script into, we see now I've just got a bit of script in that open fretwork there. Just taking it a little bit random. There we go. I've got a little bit of script on my background now. So this collection lends itself really well to building up those layers. And then in the collection also, I mean, obviously, if you don't get the whole collection, which I appreciate, some of you won't, probably most of you won't, because you'll have things in your stash that are going to work. So when you're layer building, don't forget to incorporate your stamps when she finds them. What have I done with those then? What have I done with my stencils? Come on, help me out. Oh, they're here. So you see how we've got this sort of design here, where it's got those like flowers in. If you go round, you're going to end up with black on the negative, whereas with this one, with the larger open spaces, we can get more detail on the back of our card. So I'm just going to add maybe a little flower or a biggish flower to this corner here with my black again, because my brush has got the black on there. I'm not going too heavy because it'll ruin, but most of it is going to be hidden anyway, and I'll show you in a second what I mean. So sort of like got this lovely, lovely detail on here. I'm not going to do any more on it because it's getting quite dark, and it does scare me a little bit when things start to get really dark. So now I just need to give it that lift, and when I say that lift, we need to bring it back to a little bit of lightness by adding some white all over. And this really pushes the design back as well. So if you think, oh, I've gone too dark, this sort of like brings it forward again. The only time I like mess is when I get splats. I don't mind it. And you know as well, the funny thing is, when I'm prepping in here, I have a body warmer on, and the belly of the body warmer is covered in white spots. So funny. Oh, literally covered in white spots because I just splashed and it must all just go on my body warmer. Oh. So Roseanne, something about the watermill. I'm coming back to the watermill, darling. I'm going to put it on a card in a second. Just give this a little bit of a hand to dry. So what we need to do now is we just need to sort of like tie it together. So I never really used to do this, but everybody seems to do it who does the collage sort of thing. They take their ink pad and they go around the side of the design. Carly does it all the time, so I'm copying. I'm going to go for it. And it just sort of frames your work. So that's what I'm doing. I'm framing my work. If anybody asks, this is what I call framing. Probably completely wrong as normal, but I'm going for it. So now I've got like a frame around my work. So ahead of time, I have done these lovely flowers from that stamp set. So I stamped them onto the lightest part of a patterned paper. So I'll just quickly show you that one. So in the paper pad, you get these light parts. I stamped this part on the light parts of the pad. So then I wouldn't have to get my colours out and paint them myself. So the idea is, because they're light, when you put them onto your design, it sort of pushes that busy background back, and these are going to come to the foreground. But still, all the same, me being me, just going to grab a smaller brush. Just going to add some more white to them and make them pop a little bit more. Still not quite enough. I'm just going to push some white onto the design, not much. You see that there? So it just brings it to life a little bit more. When this dries back, you can't really see it anyway, so have the courage to get that colour down. You can see there now how much whiter it is than this one. See that? It's just a little bit better. I'll just do this one too, because this actually is the top of my card. I'm going to 3D this on top, but this has got sparkle on. And now I've got like a gesso. Oh my gosh. It's making my sparkles white. Not that it's a great shake, I suppose, but hey, I've got some texture on my roses. So do your sparkle after if you don't want the texture, but it actually looks good. Does it still sparkle? It still sparkles. Well, we can live with that. So let's get this card quickly put together. Let me just grab some pads, just 1 second. So let's pop a pad behind the head of here, and I'm going completely 3D with this one. Normally I would go absolutely flat. I'm going to go here. Probably thinking, no, the script's upside down now, but you know, I'm okay with that. I just think it looks prettier on this plainer design here. And then we have our corner part here, which I'm going to stick across the top, but I am going to trim it down. And then we have our 3D part here. I'm just going to pop this one on top. Give them a pin. Right, so I'm just going to sort of put this down at the bottom here, so it's sort of stuck flat at the bottom. But I'm still thinking, my gosh, look at all that. If I'd done all that text myself, I'd be incredibly proud, but it's actually the paper. But what I am going to do is, I do love it, it's just far too busy for my liking. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my white ink here, and I'm going to create a halo around the focal point. And what that will do is, it will just elevate around get that brush in there, and what it's going to do is it's going to push that detail back. And we see now how our artwork's just gone So it looks heavy at the moment, but I will get rid of the harsh lines. So all I'm doing basically is creating like what they call a ghost background. So what's on the foreground is just going to come to the front. And you can keep going. So you can see now how we've pushed, can you see I've pushed that corner totally back there? And you can just keep going with that white until you're absolutely happy that your design is not sort of getting lost on your artwork. Get some more white on this part here. Even paint a shadow around there if you want to. And then I just get my brush back to dry. I'll just soften that halo, dragging it out a little bit. So there we have something that was pretty busy, which I'm now absolutely happy with. So let's just dry that one off and I'll show you the dimension on this. I'm actually pleased with it now. I was having a bit of a panic thinking I don't know where to look. It's all a bit busy for me. I'm just going to twist those leaves a little bit, get that little bit of extra dimension. And then I'm just going to grab a black hot folding note card. And when you sit it on your artwork, can we see there? Needs framing, Toni. Not quite, Enid. We're not quite there yet. I'm still learning. I'm happy for it to be a card though. Let's pop this on this card here. And I would have cut that leaf off, you know. But I think if Sandra's watching, she would say, absolutely leave it. Have the courage to leave it. So that's that one. I'll just set that aside while it just gives it time to grab, and then we'll hold it up at the end. And let's bring in our watermill. First of all, let's tidy our station. So let's get our watermill card put together. Now I'm going to need a little bit of a help here with my tape. So let's pop some tape on the back. This will just make it look less bumpy when we come to pop it on our matte and layer. Now both of these do need sentiments given. I haven't prepped any sentiments. I wanted to really just focus on the technique really today, but they would look pretty with sentiments. So let's drop it on there. Not a great start, is it? And then all we're going to do is we're going to just have a nice little piece of gold top and bottom. And then we could pad this onto our card, but I'm going to go flat. Pop my pin in so it doesn't get blocked. And then we'll just pop this on a white sort of landscape card here. Sorry for the head. So it just needs like a heat emboss sentiment just here or something, doesn't it, hey? I'll just give that a second to grab. And there we have two different cards really. I hope you like those. I thought I'd lost it with this card, but with that halo we sort of recovered it a little bit, I think. So there's the sort of collage effect, and here it is, the resist technique with the watermill on there. So I'll just step out of the way while we get a nice little picture. There we go. Did you enjoy that one? Oh, we haven't got our picture. I'll just step back out for you. We need to have the picture so we can show you at the end. So that's looks like a night sky on the watermill, doesn't it? So I hope you've liked those. that's with using the new iMala launch tomorrow. Oh, you've liked that one, have you? Like the Mortarmill, two beauties, both gorgeous. So with this one, this is definitely something out of my comfort zone. So, you know, I'm here to encourage you basically, and I would encourage you to have it, just try it, because I do enjoy it, and you sort of like lose it and you're thinking, I hate it, then you love it, then you hate it. So see where it takes you, you might actually enjoy it. So that's me done for today. Back tomorrow, 4:30, double show iMala launch with me, Carly, and Create and Craft. Then on Sunday, 9 o'clock sharp, Sunday morning, for the biggest sale we've ever done here at Stamped by Me. I can't wait to show you what we've got and the brilliant bargains I've put forward for you. So whatever you're doing, have a lovely evening. Stay safe as always, stay cozy as always, and if you need to talk to somebody, just chat with somebody, and stay in communication with anyone. All right, take care everyone, see you later, bye.